Hi, in this tutorial I will show you how to import animal registrations into the ABBA online registry. After logging in, hover your cursor over the Billing tab in the menu at the top of the screen, and in the drop-down menu click on Current Work Order. This takes you to a page where you can import animal registrations. At the top of the screen you'll see two buttons, Import Registrations and Sync Registrations. We start by clicking on Import Registrations. When this screen appears, we click on the Browse button, which allows us to upload the file we created on our own computer. Once you have found the file, click on Open, and this uploads it. OK, you'll notice that the program successfully assigned my columns to the right data fields, also known as column headers or column titles. But if it doesn't do that for you, use the drop-down lists above each column to assign the proper name to that column. Make sure that every column is properly assigned, otherwise you will have lots of errors when trying to register these animals. Let me give you a quick tip. If the column headers in your file have the same name that the import program uses, it will automatically recognize which column is which and assign the correct value. If your file's column headers are a little bit different than what the program uses, you will have to manually assign the correct column headers. Also, make sure that the box next to column headers in the first line up here at the top is checked. This will allow you to see your file's column headers right here. Also, make sure that comma is checked and that the date format matches the date format you used for the dates in your file. Now, notice that down at the bottom of my import page there are 3 empty rows. If you accidentally created empty rows in your file, the program will still try to upload them as animals, but will report each empty row as an error. It doesn't really matter, but let's see what happens. Once you have double-checked everything and made sure that everything has been properly assigned, click on the Import Data button at the bottom of the screen. OK, this message tells me that 25 out of 28 records were processed successfully, and that there were 3 errors. Now we can click on the Download Error Log button to save a copy of this report onto our computer. Let's take a look at those 3 errors. And just what I suspected, we see that it was just the 3 empty rows. OK. Now at this point we have only completed step 1 of importing registrations. To finish up, let's close this tab and go back to our current work order page. We need to click on the Refresh button in our browser. OK, all the animals we just imported will be in the Unsynced Registrations tab. Let's click on it. Now, this page only shows 20 at a time. To see them all, you have to click on the link that says Proceed to Unsynced Registrations. If you need to make any corrections, you can click on the Edit link next to an animal, and when you are done making the corrections, click on the check mark here. Now, the last and final step is to sync this list, which means we need to make these registrations official. Right now, they are only half done. We do this by clicking on Sync Registrations at the top of the screen. This will take a little while, up to 30 seconds, so just click it once and wait for it. OK, once it has finished, you're done. All of your animals should now appear in the Successful Registrations tab. Any animals that appear in here are now officially registered in the ABBA online registry. Since it is empty, I know that none of my registrations were successfully imported. By clicking on the Errored Registrations tab, I can see which animals did not register successfully. The information in the Error Message column gives an explanation for each error. You can click on More to see the entire message. If it's something you can fix, you can do so by clicking on the Edit link next to each animal, make the corrections, and then click on the check mark to save the corrections. Or, to do corrections for multiple animals at once, You can check the boxes next to several animals and click on the Edit button up above, and then click on Save All when you're done making corrections. From this page, once you have made the corrections, you can try to sync the registrations again by clicking on the Sync Registrations button up at the top of the screen. Again, only click on it once and wait while it processes. And now you know how to import animal registrations.